Awesomeness, where we solidify your foundation for personal creation. How about we create some crypto profits? Tonight we're going to talk about the 10x challenge. There is an important update that we need to talk about. He did make an adjustment to the 10x challenge. And someone asked me, is it too late for me to get started? Of course not. This thing kicked off on February 9th, so just 2 days ago on Tuesday. And basically what the challenge is we're going to follow the #1 crypto YouTuber as he makes recommendations to his people, because he gets asked all the time, hey, I've only got $1,000, what could I do? And so he's gonna be like, look, I'm literally going to show you how to turn $1,000 into $10,000. Just follow my trades exactly. And so that's what we're going to do. But here on Mental Awesomeness, to spice it up a little, I'm actually going to start with $10,000, and we're going to jack that thing up to $100,000 plus. And I'm going to record every step of the way, the ups, the downs, the sideways, the gains, the losses, the whole thing. I'm going to track it and show you exactly how this goes. I'm more than confident that we will at least 10x our money this year. So that is the 10x challenge that we're talking about. And I want to go ahead and show you something. So let me just make a quick adjustment here. I'm going to show you my screen. So on Tuesday, I said that he recommended 2 coins. One was SNX, and then he actually recommended another coin. And on his YouTube channel live, he was making these trades live as he was recommending them. The funny thing is, he ended up running into an error and he couldn't purchase the second coin. So what he ended up doing was he just put the whole $1,000 into 1 coin to start. So rather than 2, he started with 1. Unfortunately for me, I had already bought 2 coins, so I put $5,000 into SNX, and which is the symbol SNX, and then I put $5,000 into the other one, which was Badger DAO, and he was having issues buying that, and so he ended up just buying all SNX. And what's super interesting is since Tuesday, SNX, my SNX was already up like $500. So I was up 10% in 2 days, but I had to swap out some of my Badger DAO over to SNX, and I had to pay fees again to do that. And so it kind of ate into some of my profits. But you know what? As of right before the recording of this video, I took this screenshot here. You can see that I'm at $10,171.92. So technically I haven't lost any money. I'm still up. My profits just have been eaten into a little bit because I had to make the change. And look, that is the way that investing can go sometimes, right? Sometimes it goes flawlessly, sometimes it doesn't go as great. And you take the wins with the losses. And the important thing is you've really got to keep an even kill. But I'm positive that we're going to 10x this money this year. In fact, just to give you a little background, I started in 2020 from scratch, literally 0 crypto dollars, and I built a multiple 6-figure portfolio by listening to people who knew what they were doing, and I took a very conservative, safe approach. And I'm going to actually talk about that. In fact, why don't we go ahead and go there? I'm going to wrap up talking about that the whole portfolio for the 10x challenge is in a coin called Synthetics, and its symbol is SNX. So if you want to get started, it's by no means too late. Go ahead and put, if you want to do the $1,000 like he's doing, put $1,000 in. If you want to put $100 in, you know, start where you're at and learn and grow in this experience. I promise that regardless of the growth of the money that you see this year, which we're talking 10x, what will be more valuable is the knowledge that you gain by learning how to do this. I promise that will be far more valuable than 10xing whatever amount we're talking about right now. And I can speak from experience because I went from 0 to multiple 6 figures in my crypto portfolio in 1 year. by paying attention to people who know what they're doing. And so I did have someone reach out to me this week asking, I don't know if I want to stomach the 10x challenge, but what could I do really safely and conservatively to get started? And I want to talk about that. In fact, I did do a intro to crypto course, 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Maybe it's been about 3 weeks. And I talk about this. And if you want a link to this, shoot me a direct message on the Mental Awesomeness channel or the Brandon H. Larson channel. And I will get you a recording to that. Also, while we're talking about that, be sure to go to mentalawesomeness.com. I've got a free training there for you right now on the 4 core concepts of success. These concepts are literally what I have applied to crypto to go from 0 to multiple 6 figures in 1 year. I'm not even joking. And it's free to you right now at mentalawesomeness.com. Be sure to, all we want is your name and email address and you can have that training, okay? So as it relates to how to get started in crypto, there are 2 coins that I personally would recommend that you get going with, and they are Bitcoin and or Ethereum, because these are the 2 blue chip cryptocurrencies. They've been around the longest. They're the biggest names. They've got the most tractions. Ethereum has the most smart contracts that are projects that are actually working and being implemented. And so they are the most stable in cryptocurrency. And as we take a look at the market cap for Bitcoin is nearly $900 billion. And Ethereum is a distant second at $200 billion. And then you can see Tether, and I actually, Tether at 30 billion, right? So you can see the significant drop off from the coin that's the most popular to the second most to the third most, and then it just gets even more less popular, I guess, as the coins go down. But the thing is, the smaller the coin, the bigger the possible gain that the coin will see. For example, for Bitcoin to double, and actually we've hit all-time highs again today, but for Bitcoin to double and go from 47 to basically 95, it would, I guess what I'm saying is it would have to go from $47,000 per coin to about $95,000 per coin. Whereas Ethereum, for Ethereum to double, which this is also new all-time highs that it's hitting, 1829 is the all-time high on Ethereum. But for now, Ethereum to double would have to go from 1,700 to 3,500. Seems far more likely. And just this week, Cardano has gone from about 23 cents per coin to 90 cents per coin. Look at this 7-day growth, 104%. Now, that's big growth, but it's a coin you maybe have never heard of. And so if you aren't ready to stomach risk yet, then I do recommend, my number 1 recommendation right now would be Ethereum, because it is a big enough, stable enough coin that you will see results. In fact, it's predicted that Ethereum will 16x this year. And I know that might seem far-fetched, but guess what the price of Ethereum was in early 2020? $90 per coin. And now we're sitting at $1,769 per coin. So that type of growth is possible. And in fact, Ethereum is set for really large gains because the smart contract that the platform that it utilizes is literally set to explode. And if you didn't hear, earlier this week, Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's rumored that Apple is set to purchase $5 billion of Bitcoin. And also Tesla and Apple are considering buying Ethereum as well. So if you get in now, before those big companies buy, it's very likely to see that Ethereum is going to double well before Bitcoin is going to double, because Bitcoin is already so big. Now, with that thought in mind, don't think that it's ever too late. I still recommend getting into Bitcoin. Even though we're sitting at $47,000 per coin, guess what? It could go to $300,000 per coin this year as more Fortune 500 companies decide to invest in a portion of their portfolio into Bitcoin. That could easily shoot up to $100,000 per coin, and it's projected even $300,000 per coin this year. Yes, that's right, this year. Big growth, big gains. And so don't look at it like I can't afford a whole Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. If you put $1,000 in and it literally does 4 or 5x, you get that gain. So think of it more that way than, well, I can't afford a full Bitcoin, or I don't want to buy a full Bitcoin at this price. You can still get in and take advantage of those gains. So that's what I'd recommend. I would go with Ethereum. In fact, I'm big into Ethereum. I have more money invested into Ethereum than I do Bitcoin right now because of the news that I heard, the people that I listen to. And this all comes back to principle number one: who do you listen to? The reason I've been so successful in cryptocurrency is not because I figured it out, but because I listened to people that I investigated and determined that they know what they're talking about. I followed their footsteps, and look, I'm sitting on a nice crypto portfolio. So that's the message for tonight. We will keep you posted and updated regularly as BitBoy, who is the #1 crypto YouTuber, makes changes to this 10x challenge. I'm literally just following him. I'm going to follow him, and I have faith that he's going to make the moves that he needs to 10x that 1,000 to 10,000. I just simply am going from 10,000 to 100, doing exactly the same thing. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Let's go crypto, baby. Get some.